This is Peter. Peter owns a virtual reality headset for gaming. But when playing, sometimes he gets motion sick from teleporting or driving in vehicles, which are the typical ways of moving in VR. Walking, however, is natural to him and makes him feel a higher sense of presence in the game. He would prefer walking, but his living room is limited to only 9 square meters and the cable connected to the headset is not very long. Therefore, he has a need for expansion of his walking space in VR without it being motion sickness inducing. We decided to try to solve this problem. We came up with 3 different ideas of natural movement in VR, all based on the idea of overlapping space, which we tested against each other to see which caused the least motion sickness. The solutions were a lift, where the user is transported from the corner of one platform to the corner of another by pressing a button. A ladder, where the user moves from one platform to another by climbing a ladder. And rotating platforms, where the user presses a button to rotate the platforms around them. In order to get test participants to move around in the scene, we included a small task. Through several tests, we found that the rotating platforms made the player feel more present than the others and also induced less motion sickness. We moved forward with this idea and added smaller changes to the scene to make the player feel more present while not increasing their motion sickness. All of these changes were tested against the previous best solution and either kept for future iterations or rejected. These changes included adding directional sound to the scene, changing the environment to a house, replacing the button with a wheel to give participants more control over rotation speed, changing the environment to a mountain valley, and adding contextual sound. Finally, it was time to compare our solution to the usual way of moving in VR, teleportation, to find out which one of them was preferable. The results showed that there was a significant difference in presence for the 2 scenes, concretely that participants felt more present using our solution. That means that we created a functional way of expanding walking space in VR that is not highly motion sickness inducing and makes the user feel more present than using teleportation. To conclude, our solution is one way of solving Peter's problem, although further testing could be done to attempt to find a solution that could work even better.